Rob, we can get like one question, one caller in. Let's do it before we go to Michael Lee.
All right, Tommy P. in Colorado. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, fellas. Happy Father's Day weekend to both of you guys, man. Hope it's a great one for you.
You too, buddy. Thank you.
Hey, man. I'm glad, Chris, you couched this as being what did it do for Steph's legacy. Hey, man, this is the first time in his finals career where Steph didn't get bullied all over the floor. And that affected him in his previous finals offensively, and he was a liability defensively. This year, that wasn't the case, man. He got in there, he banged. How many times did Big Al find himself with Steph Curry guarding him one-on-one? And that's due to that.
And he didn't do anything to him. He passed it off.
He's yoked now, man. Steph, I think they said 20 pounds of muscle. And think of the hard work and determination that took for Steph to take his biggest liability and address it and have it not be a major weakness anymore. To me, that was the thing that deserved the most respect, and I have so much admiration for him being able to do something so difficult.
All right, Charles in Chicago, where I am. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Charles?
Rob, Chris, I just wanted to say, watching on TV for like the last decade, especially hearing you guys on Fox Sports Radio the last 4 years, you guys are officially the dynamic duo of Fox Sports Radio. Love watching your content and listening to you on iHeart.
Well,
thank you, man. We appreciate that, brother. It means a lot.
Well, Charles, we're not going to give a happy schmappy radio show every day. We give opinions, and we both have very different opinions, and that's what you get.
Hence the Odd Couple.
Yes.
Anytime you come from the Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless coaching tree of media hosts, you guys deserve that compliment. Anyway, just want to say real quickly, I really believe right now, like it or not, the Warriors, I mean, this decade, they had to go through the ghost of Kevin Durant, if you think about it. I mean, Steph Curry, who's arguably considered one of the league's top shooters, they won one without Kevin Durant, and they won it one and two without Kevin Durant, especially when they choked out that 3-1 lead back in 2016, thanks large part to Draymond Green being suspended. If he doesn't get suspended, they probably go 2-0, and you think about that. So I really believe right now, Steph Curry, he had to solidify this and the Warriors to prove that they could do it without Kevin Durant. And quite frankly, when you think about being an all-time great, there's still a lot of respect for classic sports fans. When you look at back-to-back years now, you win it by the team who you got drafted from. Unfortunately, Kevin Durant, he did his part. They did recruit him. But at the same time, he did accept the invitation to join a team who he had 3-1 lead on as a member of the Thunder.
All right.
He joined that Warriors team. That's about it. So that's all I got to say, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Charles.
Have a great Father's Day weekend. Happy Juneteenth weekend, too.
Happy Father's Day.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. We got Chris Kish in Seattle. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up?
Hey, gentlemen, thank you for giving me a minute. Love the show. I'm going to make a great point. I don't know if you're going to agree, but I need your guys' learned opinion. I got one question before I make my opinion on Steph.
All right.
You've got your choice of every NBA player that's ever played. They're all in their prime. Do you pick Charles Barkley or Draymond Green?
Charles Barkley.
Okay. So what does this do for his legacy? It doesn't do anything because it's a team sport, and he's got a great team around him. Charles Barkley didn't have a lot of great teams. I don't think it's about the individual. I think it's about the team. He's amazing.
Charles Barkley played with Akeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler, and then Akeem Olajuwon and Scottie Pippen.
And he played on some bad teams, too. I'm
just saying, I don't get your point. It does nothing. Nothing. No individuals get credit. Forget Steph and Barkley.
No,
is that what you're saying?
People get credit. Steph Curry is one of the greats. Not only is he one of the great basketball players, he's one of the great men of the sport. I love the man to death. But what I'm saying is, it's a team sport. there's a lot of great players like the Tracy McGrady's of the world who didn't have the talent around them that some of the other guys did. Charles Barkley, missing out on champion. There's a lot of great players that didn't have the teams to get championships. And then there's a lot of players like Steph Curry and Larry Bird and Michael Jordan and people like that not only were they phenomenal, but they also had the teams around them.
But I think you got to give those guys credit for whether it was setting a culture, whether it was settling for nothing less than winning and pushing their teams to win. Like Rob said about Bird, they went from 29 wins to 61 his first year. Jordan was not having not winning. You can't just say, all the winners had great talent. They created cultures and were leaders.
I agree. I agree. Yep, I agree.
All right, thank you for the call. We appreciate you. Thank you for your support. We got Riley in Minnesota. He's on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What up, Riley?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Thanks for having me. I love the show.
Thank you, buddy.
Man. Good to have you on.
You got a good voice there, Riley. I like it.
Oh, thank you. But I got to, even though you just complimented me, Rob, I got to go with Chris. I think this just solidifies Curry's legacy. I'm a former hater, but he's proven he's won before. He's won with Durant, and he's won after. And I think just him playing with Durant shows that, he just wants to win. As much as Kobe would say he just wants to win, he was never able to make things work out with Shaq. You know what I mean? But Curry is able to put his ego aside and always kind of like D Wade when LeBron came. But even then, that was 4 years after a championship.
I think, look, that's the thing, Rob. I do think, not to overstate it, but they maximized the KD, Steph, Clay, Draymond, if you will, dynasty. They won 2 championships, really the only 2 they had a shot at, as far as playing with Durant. There's something to be said for that because, and I know the team was overwhelmingly talented, but I just brought up, there are super teams that didn't maximize it. In fact, a lot. I mean, I brought up Olajuwon, Drexler, and Barkley. Now, a lot of people want to say, well, they rolled. Look at their numbers the year before they got together. All of them were high, just like their typical years. Then you threw in Pippen instead of Drexler. They never could even get to the finals. LeBron in Miami, Rob, we always say it all the time. They won 2 in 4 years. They didn't really maximize that super team. Jerry West, Wilt Chamberlain, they played together 4 full seasons. 2 of them, they had Elgin Baylor, never won it. 2 of them, they had Gail Goodrich, another Hall of Fame guard. They won 1. So teams don't always maximize super talent. And so I think that rather than looking at that as a negative, I think you look at that as a, not just a positive for Steph, but a positive for all of them because they did maximize their time together.
Albert in Florida, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What up, Albert? How are you?
Honored to be on the show, guys. Appreciate taking my call. How's everybody?
Everybody's good. Thank you, Albert.
Good to have you on.
Albert, Florida's a big state. Where are you?
Hey, man, I'm in South Florida. This is West Palm Beach.
Nice.
And I'm coming from, I was born in Louisiana like my boy Brew, and he's going off on you, Rob Parker, like it's Game 7.
What part of Louisiana you born in?
New Orleans, man.
Okay, my parents went to Xavier down there. That's where they met. That's where it all began.
That's a good school. But I'm surprised.
Go ahead.
I'm surprised with Rob Parker calling KD and Steph Curry in the same league with Steph winning this championship. It's just
my point.
That's why I said he's not being objective. 2-0. I don't know how that equals.
No, my point is that Steph wouldn't be in the regard that you have for him without Kevin Durant. That's my point. Is that there's no guarantee if Steph had 2 championships.
There's no guarantee that he
there
wouldn't
would be
have
no
either.
Conversation
but
that
no
you're having today.
They wouldn't have won championship.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
You can't say they
I
wouldn't
know,
have. They
but it would be totally different.
They would have.
No, it would be totally different if they won those 2 and you felt it was all Steph and Kevin Durant was along for the ride.
It wasn't all Kevin Durant. It was all of the team.
Because Steph choked down a championship 3-1.
And Durant choked down the same year 3-1.
No one ever choked down an NBA championship.
That's a championship.
Ever. No.
A conference
NBA,
you
it was
just
the first time that ever
Durant
happened.
getting to the finals
never happened.
to
It
Steph
never
winning
happened.
2.
Chris,
and you going to sit here and say with a
it
straight
never
face you're
happened.
objective?
It never
You must
happened.
still be in Comedy Central mode or whatever.
It never happened. What you won't
never
accept.
happened? Oh, I
nobody's
accept that.
ever. No, you don't
and
accept
you know what else
it.
never happened?
That's the problem. You never
Nobody's
accept
been a
it.
unanimous
You
MVP
never-
except
yeah.
Steph. How about that?
That's nice. That's nice. But you won't
Okay.
accept that
I
he's
have
a top
accepted
10
it.
player who couldn't win one game on a 73-win team, lost 3 straight games for the first time the whole season, and lost 2 of the 3 games at home, including Game 7. So
Okay,
all I'm saying to you is that
all you're
without
saying
the
is
two,
that you're not
without
being
the
objective.
2 wins by Durant, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
But,
we wouldn't.
Okay, so if
We would
Magic
have 2
doesn't go to
championships
play,
and people wouldn't have the same feel for him.
First of all, you can't say for a fact he'd have to. I'm not going to sit here and say he'd have 4. And you can't sit here and say he'd only have 2. We don't know. What we do know is he's proven he can win without Durant. And your logic is if he didn't play with Durant, it's his fault for playing with Durant. If Magic hadn't
it's not his fault.
If Magic had gotten
But
drafted by, can I finish? I've listened to you. If Magic had gotten drafted by the Bulls instead of the team with the MVP, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, maybe he doesn't have 5. So what do we think of Magic? I mean, come on, man. Let's go with what's happened. He's got 4. He teamed up with Durant. They were great together, just like several other duos and trios have been great together. If LeBron doesn't go to Miami, does he have 4? Are you saying that? I mean, come on, man. That's what I'm saying. Keep it objective, and you keep it locked.
No, you put down the pom poms. How about that?